Hello guys, welcome all of you on this 21st session of our AWS system admin training. And can anyone quickly confirm am I audible now or not? So we can just go ahead. AWS system Yeah, thanks. So in the previous session, I have covered the topic is serverless. So there I have explained to you what the serverless is, what's the difference between server and serverless, and how you can use the capability of serverless. So in the if I talk about the serverless, just more add-ons on the previous session. In the serverless, basically the thing is we don't have to manage the internal architecture of our server. We just have to give our templates, and according to the configuration, our service provider will take care of the server's availability and uh, fault tolerance. But in that case, we don't have the access of the server and we can't go inside the server. So that's the drawback here. So if something happened inside the server or the internal server configuration, so you can't go inside there. So this is the major drawback. So that's why in many cases we don't use the serverless also till yet. But in the future, I think we will use. So let's quickly wrap up those things which we have covered today, and we are starting one new thing. Um, New topic is called configuration management. As I already covered about this topic a little bit in the when I started the Ansible thing. So what the configuration management is look like? Like when we have any server or any computing resource, any routers, so we have a physical device or a virtual device. For using it in our architecture or in our infrastructure, we have to configure that. And once we are configuring that, so we have to follow some certain steps depending on our use case. So it might be we have to change some configuration file, it might be we have to install some packages, might be we have to update some uh, values and some directories or parameters where we have to change some system requirement, we have to restart the service, we have to add the service, like multiple things which we can do there. So for that, the basic thing which we are using previously is the scripts. So via the scripts, we are doing that thing. So what we are doing, we are just going on the server, we are just running this script, and this script will configure the thing. So if I show you, uh, so this way we already have in our existing infrastructure. Also, if you want to use this, you can use if you go on the AWS page, I will show you how you can use this script method here. You just log in your console quickly. So if I show you in the EC2 and we are starting one instance, launch instance. So I am giving some, no need to give because I just want to show you. So if you go on the advanced settings, there you have the one block called user data. So in this block, you can put your script, and if you show you, see, you can say user data have a one box. They called it like one provide a box like there you can run the some set of commands to configure your system. So here, if you want to, for example, we are using Amazon. So here we can install the uh, Apache web server with the yum. So what we can do? We can mention yum install httpd hyphen y. And why I use hyphen y? Because if you know, while installing any server, it will ask you yes or no, one confirmation, like you are we want to install really or not. So in the script, we don't have any way to provide that parameter in the between of the script. So we don't want our script like our script will stuck because of some parameter. So we are just giving one flag more, so it will not stuck there and asking for the confirmation. So if you use this command, it will not ask, not that. Okay, so this how you can use, but this is not the today's topic. If I say I showed you about in the this is the traditional way which we are using from the so long, and now we are using some kind of tool like Ansible, and we have a multiple puppet and Ceph and multiple all which you can use for. So if I show and in a Ansible, I showed you about the playbook, but that playbook is not if I say not a very much kind of dynamic, and you can do multiple things there. If I can open my, yeah, that playbook is not very much dynamic, and there you can't do multiple things like you can just run that. So if I say um, what happened if we want to change our, we have installed the Apache web server, so and yeah, we have installed the Apache web server as HTTPD. What happens if we want to change the version of this? So we don't have any way there. And what are the things if we want to use some files as a default? We don't have. And we want to change the port number. We want to change the path of document root. We want to create the document root by our own. So that are the things which we don't have. Also, in the if you see in the railways or I can say CentOS based Linux. Uh, so there you have Apache for the Apache version you have a package name called HTTP. But if you go on the Ubuntu base OS, so there you have a Apache 2. So both are the same software, but depends on the operating system we are using differently. So we don't have that capability to change the package. It depends upon the OS. So how we can achieve those things? How we can? So as I already showed you, let me just log it. So these are the playbooks. What I have done. Ansible. Sorry. So if you see in the steps, what are the steps we are running? We are just this is uh, a playbook which we have covered, which we have created some weeks back, and it's just the things it will install the web server. So if I show you here, what I am doing, I am just using verbose opt. I'm just giving a two level verbose. You can give till fourth level, so it will give you the things like what are the things they are changing, and now they are defining more what are the things they are doing. So it's like a run handler they are saying in this playbooks gather. So if you see, we didn't define the sorry, so in the gathering facts, we didn't created any task called gathering facts. If you, I can show you. So this is our code. If you see in the task, first task is our installing HTTP. But here we are getting the gathering fact. So what the gathering fact is, it will get some information about your node, like what are the things. So they will get the facts, and depends on the facts, we can use it. So if I can show you how you can see the which are the facts. So there is the Ansible, hyphen n. There is a one module called setup module we can use, and with this module you can see the facts what they are doing. So if you see, it's like SC Linux present Python. It's true system service manage. Like the service manager is system D. What are the others? Like software swap memory total. What is free? Which if what's the public key of this, and multiple things they will show you which Python interpreter they are using. Installation version is VirtualBox, and if you go up, how many disks are attached there, you can see what are the space. So you can see how many disks are attached, what the size of this. So you can get the all the info, and which OS family it's related. Like this is the Red Hat Linux, so it's related to the Red Hat family, and you can see according to the IP, what's the IP is, and so you can write the condition with this. So uh, also you have multiple ways, like yeah, which is on road vendor here. So depends on the condition you can. So this is not the class of proper Ansible. If I say there was one uh, like a course by the Red Hat, this is like Red Hat certified engineer. That was a dedicated uh, what I say, that it was the dedicated certification for the Red Hat. I have certified with that, but if I show you here, so I can't explain all the things here because this is not the thing like the training of the RC or the for the Ansible only. So what I have, you have your playbook. So if you have this thing, you can use the parameters here, and how you can use. So basically, you can create a module with that. That was the my thing. And before doing that, you have to know about the what the variable is and how you can use it. So I'm not defining how you can write a variable in the playbooks here and that thing. I'm just quickly shifting to the uh, roles, how you can create the roles, and directly I will show the okay. So how you can create a one role? For that, I'm just clicking one directory called roles. and I am going inside this directory. There is one command Ansible Galaxy. I'm initializing role and I am giving my role called the HTTPD name. If you see, it will create a one role and with the directory. If you want to see the architecture, so basically what they are doing in the HTTPD, they are creating one default directory. Here you can mention your default code. This one hand file directory. Here you can put your static files. Like if you want to have the files, you can put there. And this is the handler. I didn't explain the handler here. I will tell you in a bit. Also, we have readme, so you can mention what is doing. Apart from that, readme, you have task. We have task here, so you can use the task. Task is the same block which we are running here, and so, yeah, task, and you have inventory. So if you this is a test. So it's like if you are creating the test file, so you can use the test. And other than that, this is your in the last your variable directory. Here you can put your variables. So I will show you how you can do. So what I am doing, I am just copying my my playbook.yml to the httpd task main.yml. Why I have done that, I will show you because I don't want to create the new things from the scratch. So I'm just opening my http task main.yml and so here's this is the task file. You don't have to specify the host and the task. We just have to write this thing. But this is incorrect because of the indentation, if you know. So what we have to do, we just have to make the indentation correct. So I am not showing do the thing create from scratch. So I use this way to create the roles from the playbooks. We are getting multiple tasks, like we have to convert the playbook to the role. So for that, we are using this thing, and this how you can use. So this thing is there, and I didn't change any more. What I am changing, I am changing my playbook. So previously we are giving the things like here all the things. So I'm just removing all the line. We don't need in the playbook survival. I'm just giving the roles. Here we are defining the STP and we are running the same command. So running the command is not a big deal, but now we don't have to specify everything in our playbook. So we can use multiple playbooks, uh, like multiple roles here, when we just have to define in the role line what was the role name. So if you are seeing this playbook.yml, we don't have to specify anything here. We just have given the name of the role and this role you can use. So You can create the rule by your own, and otherwise, there is one. Let me go on Ansible directory. Ansible Galaxy. So if I log in here, okay, we can log in. Let me just give my authentication of this account as well. Yeah. So this is my account of Ansible. This is, so if you go on the home, here you have multiple things. You can go on the community page. Here you have see multiple guides which happen. And if you see there, I have myself uploaded multiple rules here, and there's collection like connection of rules I have uploaded. Also, if you want to go here, you can just search for if I show you for HTTPD, we need the content. So you can go here, search, and type HTTPD. Okay, HTTPD. Yeah. So you will see multiple rules which are there, and they created by the multiple guys. So, yeah. So what you can do, you can just directly uh, log in this role, install this role. If I show you in from my country, for example, I have okay, yeah. So sorry, I think my network was lagged for some second. So let me just quickly check if it's working or not. Mm, it's still uploading. Yeah. So I think now it's working fine. Yeah. So mm, we can install it. So I can go here, not here, and search for my name. And this is my ID. So you can see my name. I have this is my one of the best model which I have used. So if you see, this is the command to install. So I am doing, I am just installing it. So I am going in my roles and Ansible Galaxy install. I am giving my username dot and what the name of this is UC trade. So what it will go, it will do, it will go on the internet. If you see download by the downloading role is owned by Bob. So it will like it's downloaded one zip, it's extracting it, it's imported it in the mail. So if you see here, mm, use the variables and parameters kind of thing. So you don't have to do it. You can just directly use it. And what you can do, what you can do, if you see here, I think in the webs, yeah, you can see I have given all the values. So since um, like you can go in this directory and you can change your values. So that's the thing you have to do if you want to change anything. You don't have to go in my internal code and everything. You can just change the things here. So for example, you want to change the EC2 instance type. So you can go and make it T2 dot micro 2. You can make it T3 dot medium or T2 dot extra large. So something kind of that you can do. You can mention here the AMI ID, what you want. So this way you can do the thing, and how you can use the rules. I have already shown you. This is the dot complete class of dedicated to Ansible. That's why I'm not explaining you how you can create the rule from the scratch and then use it. There are multiple things in the Ansible: handler, parameters, loop, condition, uh, facts, and uh, template, Jinja we have. So I'm not, I'm just giving you overview. Also, you can see in the Ansible doc, if I show you Ansible where so using variables, if you see this document, so there you have a reference list variable, like they will give you the priority also. So it's like if you have two variables with the same name, I think this is the procedure rules. So we have a one way, like how you can, yeah. So this is the way, yeah. So it's like they you can with this way you can override. So it's like which are in the first one that are the most higher priority and which are the in the last one that was the least priority. So we can give the things like in this order. So if you are following it, it might be you will say somewhere you are defining the variable it is not using as you want. So you can check this doc. This will give you the more info how you have to use the uh, variables. You can go on the docs.ansible.com. You will see here. Also, if you are using another version of Ansible, so make sure here you have to select that version. Okay. So this is the quick overview of the configuration management. I don't have my things in this context in this course. Yeah, if we are going especially for the Ansible dedicated course, there I will explain you all the stuff there. Also, we have Ansible Tower, which is the having the much more than capability like our CLI. Uh, that having dedicated server for the Ansible, you have the multiple masters, slaves, all the clusters are there. So we are planning for that also. So soon we will launching the Ansible dedicated Ansible Tower and Ansible training there. Uh, so this is the overview of the contribution management. If you want to implement in your infrastructure, you can do. If you guys have any doubts till this topic, you can ping me on my group and you can ping on my LinkedIn or other social media handles. If you like this video, you can yeah, like it and share with your known ones. So whoever want to learn these technologies, they can get the right path. to achieve their goal. Uh, so thanks all of you to joining. Thanks very much.